Could I hear you when you were doing your live?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cheers, cheers. You are here. Welcome to the Unbroken Experience with Syndy B. I've got my co-host here, Jahada Arias. Hey, girl.
Hey, girl. Hey.
Hey, girl. Hey. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
You got all on your red. I'm all black.
Red. I got red and black, so
you know
we did that.
You got the Valentine's Day colors going on right now. What did you do today?
What did I do?
Other than work to celebrate Valentine's Day.
I did go out for lunch.
Okay. I gotta hear
With
about
a
this
friend,
date.
though. It wasn't a date. It was just a friend.
Just a friend.
No, nothing like that. I just had to make it like it was something, just because I wanted to feel like it was something. You know?
Valentine's Day.
Wow.
But it wasn't.
Did you know that today is National Drink Wine Day?
No.
So cheers, boo.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Hey,
Yes. Cheers to y'all out there. I hope you're having a great Valentine's Day today. We're going to talk about a couple things on the Unbroken Experience, a mission designed to strengthen the foundation of relationships so they can remain unbroken.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
We want unbroken relationships, whether you're married, dating, whether it's parenting relationships, co-parenting, dating with a purpose, and all of that kind of fun stuff. I was listening to someone earlier this week. I hear that word loyalty a lot. Loyalty.
That's the word of the week.
Oh,
Loyalty.
I can't stand that word. I think that's a good word for Valentine's Day going on this week. I'm not a big Valentine's Day person.
No, because we're everyday.
Yes,
person.
every day is
Every day.
Valentine's Day, right? We have date night all the time. Do you guys have date night? All the time, not just one day a year, your birthday and Christmas and things like that. Well, anyway, so that's what we're going to talk about when we get back. The Unbroken Experience with Syndy B on Power 108.9. When we come back, we're going to talk about loyalty. Drop some questions on how you feel about loyalty. We'll be right back.
Good job. Good job. You gotta take them off because you gotta put them right back on.
The
Good job.
word of the week. Loyalty.
Loyalty.
In case y'all didn't hear it. Loyalty.
Mm-hmm. The word of the week is...
We're going to be talking
And I
about
got you,
loyalty
Barbie.
today.
Hi, Barbie. I got you, Barbie. I see what you're saying.
Thank you, Ellis.
Loyalty. What do you guys feel about
Hey,
loyalty?
Marcella. Hey, Troy. Hey, Mr. Magic Man.
I'm going to post it on my my Facebook page. Don't worry, you won't miss anything.
Loyalty, that's interesting.
Let me have a little drink of that.
Where is it? Where is it? Is it dead or is it still alive? I didn't know I could rhyme, huh?
On the mic.
Hey,
Had ideas on the mic.
hey. Nah. All right,
Oh,
put
you
your
got-
workout on. Appreciate you.
Are y'all ready? Got something for you. Got 30 seconds of this.
On the second break. Hey. If you click the link in my bio, you can hear all the music and stuff we're listening to. Welcome back, The Unbroken Experience with Syndy B and my co-host Jahada Arias.
Hey, welcome back.
Hey, it's Valentine's Day and National Drink Some Wine Day. If you didn't know,
Now
okay?
you know.
Now you know, boo. But it's Valentine's Day, and I kind of want to stay on that little level of talking right now. When we left out, I brought up the word loyalty. So, My feelings of loyalty have changed over the years as I've grown and matured. I want to hear, how do you feel about loyalty, whether it's friendships or relationships?
How do I feel? I don't know if I feel anything. I mean,
Is it if you rock with me, you just gotta be loyal to me no matter what I do, what I say, how I behave?
no, I don't like a yes ma'am person. I want you to be honest with me, and you know that.
Mhm.
Y'all gotta be real honest and tell me like it is what it is. I'd rather you tell me the truth, even if it hurts, than tell me a lie. Or to be down with me. I will say, because I do have friends that look out for me, even though they'll look out for me, even though I may not be right in public, but behind the scenes, they're gonna tell me about myself.
Okay.
They're not gonna put me out on Jump Street. They're not gonna do that.
Okay.
So in regards to loyalty on that aspect, like I'm down with that.
Okay.
Because I'll rock with you for that.
Okay. So tell me about the intimate relationship. So I hear a lot of people, I'm a ride or die, or I want to ride or die. Why I got to die? And of course, it's not talking about, well, some people are ride or die, physically die, but a lot of people, because of loyalty, the word loyalty, they die inside. They die to themselves, and they completely submit themselves in some situations where it's not the best thing, because they're stuck on what I consider an old term of loyalty. And so what do you feel about that? People who stay in relationships when there's nothing for them to be loyal to other than they've been with this person for a very long time.
I think when it comes to like a relationship, a person, as far as I go, for me, I stay loyal until I just can't anymore. Like I've had enough, and I kind of like know, like I know when enough is enough for me. So I'm gonna ride with you, I'm gonna rock with you, I'm gonna do what I can for this relationship.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to that point where I feel like, man, I've done everything that I can, and I just can't suffer anymore.
So you're dating someone, and someone's like, and you're telling them, whomever you're dating, I just can't do it no more. I got to go. It's been 12 years, and then like, she ain't loyal. She just leaving me, almost like what we talked about last week. She leaving me when I'm down in the dumps.
Then they got a problem, because that's absolutely not true.
Okay.
That couldn't possibly be true. If we've been together for 12 years and I've been, it's like a lot of people will say, oh, we've been together for 12 years and you not once proposed to me.
Okay. Don't get me started on
like, where are we going? Yeah, that's another topic.
Yeah, we're going to talk about the long proposals.
But I'm saying, like, yeah, that's like, no. I mean, I've lived with you, I've met your family, I've helped you up, you've helped me up, we've helped each other through a lot of things. There's a lot of things you know about me, the world don't know about me that you know, like, or I know, same vice versa, you know. And I think when it comes to stuff like that, there's no, I mean, it's just something happened along the lines that just had to give.
Mm-hmm. My take on loyalty, you know, back in the day, it was, you are just loyal to the end. You even if they throw you under the bus, you do them dirty, you don't do the same back. And I do believe that. I do believe that if I ever called you someone that I loved, or if I ever called you my friend, no matter what you do now, we can't be friends and we can't kick it anymore. But I'm not going to put all your business out on Front Street or throw you under the bus, no matter what. But I just got to distance myself. All you friends out there who break up with friends or break up with your significant other, or break up with your significant other and then put all of their business out in the street, I don't think you should be with anybody. I don't think you should have any friends or anything like that. But it happens more. It happens a lot. You know, it's because people are acting emotionally immature, but they're acting on their emotions at that point in time instead of thinking logically and rationally and thinking about down the line. Okay, now I'm going to have to go back and clean all of that up.
How does this affect the future?
Exactly.
And what is it you truly want out of this situation?
Exactly. But the way that I feel about loyalty is, don't be loyal to the person, be loyal to principles. Be loyal to principles. You can see Michael in here. He's like, Don't be loyal to the person. What kind of principles does that person have that you can be loyal to? and that you can hold on to when things are when things are going rough and things are going bad. What you think about that? I really think that's my view.
I'm sorry, but my favorite song is playing
Come
right now.
on,
He's like
come on.
killing me right now. But the crazy part about it is y'all don't even know what this song is called.
Come on, tell us.
My conscience is
Okay.
telling me to stop loving her,
Mm-hmm.
but my heart is telling me to keep going.
Oh, the heart, the matters of the heart, the matters of the heart. But this is a great conversation. You are on the Unbroken Experience with Syndy on Power 108.9. We come back, we're going to talk about long proposals on this Valentine's Day. We'll be right back.
They get it.
Hey.
I
gotta hear this
He
song.
thought I was kidding when I said that was
I see.
artist, y'all, is literally right next door.
Seriously?
Silvestre Santa Rosa,
I
my
have to look him
favorite
up.
He's from Puerto Rico. He's a Puerto Rican singer.
I can't believe you missed this show.
I can't believe it. I didn't even know he was coming. Like, I've been watching Mark Anthony, but I didn't know. And I follow him on Instagram too.
And he probably told you, and you probably just liked the picture and just kept it moving.
Right.
Anybody got tickets to the Coca-Cola place right here?
You probably liked the post and said,
Silvestre Santa Rosa is next door.
you probably liked the post and said, I'm gonna be at the Roxy Theater Thursday, Valentine's Day, at the Battery.
The show might start at like 8.
Right.
That would be.
See if we can find you a date real quick.
Yes.
Come on.
Listen, so my co-host had an idea. My fellow Puerto Rican. We need to find her a book. Okay.
You from Puerto? You're not from Puerto Rico too, right?
No.
Oh, you really?
I really don't like blind dates.
I know.
I've never had.
But I tell you, I am not the matchmaker. That's not my lane.
Okay, great.
But I can keep you together. I can get you
That-
If you like one, I can
If-
teach you
if
how to
it's
get 'em,
worth
and I can
it.
teach how to
If
keep
it's
'em.
worth us. If it's worth us.
It's worth it.
Man, I cannot believe you played that song. Like,
I know, I love it.
and that is like my favorite. Like, let me tell you, I was like 12 when that song came out. I just don't know.
So just to let you know, Anderson .Paak will be here. Dan and Shay will be here. James Bay, Ice Cube, Meek Mill, Kodak Black, Jamie Johnson, Lil Baby. Georgia Smith will be here. She'll be here coming up in May. So if you need to know who's coming to the Roxy, I'm the plug. I didn't know, I didn't know you were that. Yeah.
Yes, I love concerts.
All right, we got you,
I
shout.
love shows.
We right next door. I actually got a secret way to get in.
Hey, honey. You do?
Yes. This
Yeah,
is,
it's a secret back door right here, right?
right. Well, you got to get a little dirty. You got to go through the
Oh, Lord.
I
vent
can't do that.
system.
I ain't got black on, so there is no black. My favorite
You
artist.
got 1 minute.
But
1 minute.
And that's funny because he played that song. That song is all about the heart. My heart tells me yes, my head tells me no.
All right. Let's see.
It happens more than we like. So she's in the People magazine?
No, it's people.
I know, right?
You need to know.
I was like,
People.
People you need to know. They got you. They got me.
it.
That's how I need to come up with a magazine that says in touch with me.
Essence of a woman.
Jet. Ing away.
That, they thought about that. I think they really thought about
All right, you ready?
Shoot.
Welcome back to the Unbroken Experience with Syndy B. And with my co-host, Jahida Arias. I love saying your name. I can tell. But when people say Jahida, I'm like, no, give it all of its essence. Jahida. Arias. So we're back. We are back. Welcome back. So I want to ask you a question, ma'am.
Yes.
I'm gonna call you out, as a single lady, but we're gonna find her someone, okay?
Single lady.
All the single ladies? Okay. So have you ever been in a situation where, have you been engaged before?
No.
Okay. So if you were, let's say that you were engaged, how long would you be okay with an engagement before marriage?
That's a hard
At our age,
question.
not the youngins, that may get engaged in their early 20s and wait a few years, but our age, people of a particular age.
How long do I think? That's hard for me to answer. Only because I've always thought I'd be engaged for a year and then get married.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, now at my age, I think financially, because the things that I want, like my plans for my wedding day,
Okay.
like I don't know, like it's stuff I have to think about.
So would you let finances get in the way of a marriage?
Of a marriage? No, I wouldn't let finances get in. Well, I don't know either. I can't really speak on that. It hasn't happened to me.
But what does your heart say on Valentine's Day?
On
What does your heart say?
my heart says
If your fiance said, we're engaged, I really can't wait a whole year, and this fabulous wedding that you want to have is going to cost us $15,000, $20,000, which we don't have right now. Can we go to justice of the peace?
no. Well, it depends on who I'm marrying. But I can tell you right now, no. I've never thought of that. I've never been a Vegas girl.
Okay.
That's never been a thought in my head.
Okay, so this explains why I do what I do. Okay, because of course, anyone who knows me knows I used to be a wedding planner, and I transitioned into relationship coaching because of the so much emphasis on the wedding and not the purpose of why you're doing it. And that's the marriage, and to be with that person for the rest of your life and have a great time and build with someone. So if you would wait until you have however much it costs to have a fabulous wedding that you want to have, instead of going on and doing those nuptials and maybe planning something big down the line. No, it's just a complete no.
Well, here's my thing. It's looking like I've been always wanting a destination wedding. So it looks like I'll be getting married overseas somewhere, maybe Mexico, I don't know.
Okay.
But their certificates don't count here. So technically I'm married, but not in the United States of America.
Well, that's okay. I mean,
so that's different because it's like that would be more like, that's more for like the family and stuff. So I get that part, but I don't know if I would. I don't know. That would be like, because I have a friend that got married overseas.
Okay.
And for years she didn't marry in the States for their own personal reasons. But I was not against that. Like, to me, they were always married. They've been married for years. So,
but they got married out of the country,
right?
Okay.
So I'm thinking, the whole purpose of that is for you and your family. That's why I do destinations. Because I don't want like my entire family. Like, I don't want thousands of people there
at your wedding.
So plus I'm an ocean girl, so I want to be by the water. But yeah, that's why I think. That's why I don't know. I don't even know if we would do the States.
But that's fine if you go through the process of going through. I mean, you'd be certified somewhere,
right.
Rather than the long engagements. Can you really say I'm engaged if you have no ending, no marriage date in sight, or you just?
Can you say? I mean, I think
you
I
haven't
can say
said
I'm engaged. I got a ring.
I would say personally, no. Okay. Some people say, I got the ring, he got down on one knee, we don't have a date, but I'm engaged. To me, it's just you're still boyfriend and girlfriend to me. But me personally, I would say save your coins. I would. I got married, my first time married, I had this big old wedding at Chateau Lawn, and 300 people there, $80 per person, beautiful gown, big old rock, and we were done in 2 years. But my husband, where we've been married for 8 years now, we were married exactly 1 year after meeting. We married on the day that we met, 1 year later. But we were going to go to Justice of the Peace my sister-in-law, decided to do a little small thing at the house. We had about only like 15 to 20 close friends and family at the ceremony at the house. Hired a little, pastor or something, I think from the courthouse to come officiate. And then we met all of our friends up at Eclipse Luna and had a great old time. And we had no expenses. Now, my mother-in-law planned a big reception about 6 months later.
That's what I will do. I have the reception and engagement party in the States, but I'm not going to do the wedding in the States.
That's fine, but what I think your thing is, if I can't have the wedding that I want, I ain't doing it.
Yeah, basically, not in the States. I don't see me getting married in the States. I don't know. I just never seen it.
Well, no, getting married out of state is fine, but what if the affordability wasn't there?
Then we'll be waiting.
Wow.
Well, technically, we're married. We've been living together all this long. Like, I don't know. Like, my view on marriage, the way that the world thinks of marriage, like you have to have a signed paper or certificate that says that you're married. To me, that doesn't say that. It just, to me, it's just in writing. So now they have the right to collect your money.
Listen, if you don't take me down that aisle and sign that paper, I could be gone.
Yeah, you can, anybody, but you can be gone in a marriage too.
You know what I told my conversations with couples and like dating or engaged and couples that are married are two totally different conversations. You don't have to. You don't now. If you don't believe in, if someone doesn't believe in the institution of marriage, that's a different story and that's a totally different topic and perception. But if you do believe in the institution of marriage, then you got to seal the deal. It's like having a business agreement. Like if this is what we're going to do,
business transaction.
Yes, and we got to do that.
Okay.
Because I and that's just my personal opinion. When you believe in the institution of marriage, you either do or you don't. So if you do, why are we waiting because of finances?
I believe in love.
Okay.
So as long as we're in love, then why do I need somebody else to tell me that we're married?
Right.
Why do I need that?
I understand from your perception, but you have to consider the other person as well.
Well, yeah,
If they
but
don't-
that'll happen when we get together. But I just have this feeling that whoever it is, we're just gonna be so much
Be
alike.
bad.
We're just gonna be
yes.
We're just gonna be so much alike.
It's gonna be.
I mean, look at Erykah Badu, and you know what I mean? Like all of these earthly people, like I mean, I don't know. I as I get more, as I age or I level up, I should say, I look at things differently. I used to think of the big wedding and Cinderella story and walking down the aisle and the horse and carriage thing, and I always wanted that. It's about love.
Yes, I guess so. For
When it turns into business, then that's
well, not business like our job. But I get what you're saying. But we could talk about this for a long time. But we're gonna come back. You're tuning into the Unbroken Experience with Syndy B on Power 108.9. We'll be right back.
Good job. There's a fan behind you. If you want to turn it on, it's on the top.
On top.
That's why we get married in the church and
Okay.
divorced in the
In the
courts,
courthouse.
because it's a business
It's a business.
transaction.
That's why
But-
I get married
You
overseas.
can't, but you
Hey, friend
can't.
Josh, I see you.
You can't get all the benefits
Right.
if you don't make that commitment.
Like health insurance.
Insurance, life insurance, wills and estates
I
and
can
all
get-
that kind
they
of stuff.
Their will. I can get somebody without being married to them.
Yes, you can. However, if there's something else that supersedes that, then you 86. If you are married in the courts, then you're the first in line, regardless.
Regardless.
You're the
Yeah, but that's not my thought. I'm thinking about love.
no. Love is
That's where
fine.
I'm at.
Well, love is
And
fine.
You want to start on love, but you have to protect yourself, Jay.
Let me say it from this point.
You have to protect yourself.
Well, I am. If I don't marry him, he ain't getting none of my money.
Let me say it from this perspective.
If you live here. If you live here, because some states are, what you call it? Where
Live together, yeah.
where they live together and it was
Commonwealth
not
marriage.
Commonwealth,
Common
yeah.
law. Yeah.
Common law,
Common
yeah.
law, yeah.
But I think like the marriage part of it, when you get married, it's like you're looking to leave a legacy behind, and that's
My
like
children
part
are
of
my legacy.
But what are you building? Like,
Kids.
let me go back there. The whole principle behind marriage back in the day was to bring wealthy families together. So if I'm a guy and my family has $1 million, I'm super attracted to you and your family has $1 million. I want to bring us two together, so now we have $2 million together. That's the whole principle behind marriage back in the day, was to bring the families together and create a stronger.
Really?
Yes,
I never heard that.
yes. If you watch Explained on Netflix, it talks about the whole marriage deal. I don't want to get on camera, but no, that's where the whole concept came from. To
Well,
bring the families together.
that's awesome.
Why do you think in England? Why do you think in England that the prince, that the Queen Elizabeth, they're so protective about who gets that next seat with them?
Because they're protecting
that's
their,
right.
their legacy.
Exactly,
Protection.
exactly.
Right.
They're protecting it. Nobody's gonna come in and infiltrate. Diana, Prince Charles didn't want to marry Diana.
Right.
He didn't, but they arranged that because she was raised to be the queen. He was so untraditional, like, okay, I'm getting tired of this. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to do this anymore. That's why he cheated on her and left her. And he was with a different type of person. And even with Meghan Markle now, even though she's not in line to become queen, but it's still, he went outside of the norm when they get married, because it's all about keeping that family empire together in England. You know what they control? They're very powerful. Anyway,
You
forget
have
y'all.
a good heart.
You don't have to get married. You're fine. You're good. You stay out there, girl.
They're not looking
Run them
over.
streets.
Local ain't married. Is she happy as ever? That's
Shit,
for
she
a
got $1
reason.
billion.
And, but guess what? He got his money too.
Still ain't got no
Yes,
money.
but
You're so wrong.
What's that to do? What's that to
You
do?
are so wrong. How you know he ain't got no money? Jeez, you think he just living off of cheese?
I would be. What I'm gonna do?
Okay.
What I'm
Wasn't
gonna
that one? That's on some comedy show.
do?
I
Go.
think Husbands of Hollywood or something.
What I'm gonna do? Go get my love $40,000.
I know I gotta be the villain, so I ain't got no problem.
Hey. But there are people out there that do feel the same way.
What's Devin gonna do? Go be a manager at Target for about $60,000 a year?
What you gonna leave
He's a
them
CEO.
alone.
Yeah,
Okay.
now let me see. All right, let me leave y'all alone.
You know, be the fool.
Stephanie ain't getting into that Walton family. That's a legacy over there. That's a legacy. Ain't nobody getting in that family.
Oh,
Leave y'all alone.
He doing something.
He doing something.
He got her somehow. He got her.
It's all good now. She not letting him go. But
That was
she ain't marrying
hilarious.
him either
Right.
for business purposes.
The table was a good
I
day.
gotta protect. Just saying.
Welcome back to the Unbroken Experience with Syndy B on Power 108.9. I've got my co-host here, Jahida.
What's up, girl? Welcome back, y'all.
Thank you, thank you. I wonder who's watching us today. We got a lot of people joining in. We're gonna give some shout outs in a little bit. Say hey to all of y'all. This is my debut. Wait, we didn't even acknowledge that.
Right.
Oh, okay.
What was that?
We didn't even acknowledge it. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate this. This is a long time coming. You know, I believe in the family foundation.
Yes.
Marriage.
Family foundations.
But
Of course we do. Come on now. I love marriage.
I know
I
you
believe
do.
that. Yes, I believe in marriage. It's not that I don't.
It's not going to be easy to leave. That's what I'm saying. You can't just go get an apartment and leave because we engaged. But I can do, if we married, it's a situation. We got kids. It's a whole situation. You're gonna think about
But
it.
what if you don't have kids and you're married and you want to bounce?
It's still hard. That was my situation in my first marriage. We had no kids, and it was still hard. I wouldn't wish divorce on my worst enemy, to be honest with you. It
And
is.
it's thanks to the courthouse, right?
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's
should I?
no.
Yeah,
Now, I
don't
thought
do
you
that.
just said you
Don't
believe
do
in marriage. Now, which one is it?
It's overrated.
Pick
I
a struggle.
believe in
Pick a struggle.
marriages. I believe in marriages. Like if that's your thing, then I'm for it. It's not like I'm happy. Like
But it's
yeah.
not, and that's the thing. It's not supposed to be easy to leave. It's not supposed. You made a binding contract. It's not supposed to be easy. Whereas if you're engaged, if you really process it, I can leave without any obligations to you if I want. If we have kids, I only have obligations to my children.
Now, what about those that believe you made a promise because you said yes?
I said yes to what? I didn't walk down the aisle and say yes to Jesus.
You said yes. Yes to Jesus.
I didn't say yes, Jesus. I'm going to be with him.
So
So
just said yes, I accept.
a girlfriend and boyfriend?
Engagement.
Oh, to me, it's all the same. To me, it's all the same until we make it official. Now, it's on another level, but I personally don't believe in long engagements. If we're engaged, it's for the purpose of planning the wedding.
I agree with that.
Yeah, so you're not gonna.
That's why I said for me, like I give it a year to plan it all out.
And yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, a year you can plan a good wedding in a year. Give people time, whoever you want to be there or not be there.
10 people.
Oh,
All 10 y'all.
exactly. But yeah, I lost my train of thought. Sorry.
Bring it back.
Bring it on back. But no, I'm gonna switch gears for a minute because when we're talking about relationships, I was thinking about this earlier this week about communication with your friend, like your girlfriend, your close friend, like female friends, their spouse. Do you communicate directly with your friend's husband or man or boyfriend, like they're really close, directly without, like, let's say that you guys really vibe, like you call each other bro, bro and sister. But do you still think that it's okay to, and I have my thoughts, of course, but do you think that it's okay to contact your friend's significant other without either joining them in on the conversation or letting them know, like, promptly after?
Let's see. Anytime I have talked to a close friend, a friend's husband, they've always known.
Yes.
Yeah, they've
Yes.
always known, unless it's a surprise.
Of course.
Yeah,
Now that
but
makes
other
sense.
than that, yeah, they've always known.
Okay, so I had a scenario earlier this week. That's the way that I roll. If all of my friends, their husbands or their boyfriends, they're gonna be my brothers. However, we are not blood. At the end of the day, we can be close like brother and sister, but at the end of the day, I'm not really your biological sister, and you're not really my biological brother. So there's still a line, a thin line that you need, a respect line that you need to have. So I was, I think it was early this week or last week, I was texting my friend's husband about something important, but I copied her, on the message, on the text message. So I think that because the last thing that I would want to do is, it was business. But he bring it up like, yeah, I talked to Syndy last week. And she's like, you did? That can really put something, a seed, and it may not grow like that. Now, I'm not talking about, outside business relationships. You handle your business, female, guy, or whatever. But I'm talking about your close relationships. I think that you have to guard those and protect those very well. And I have people that I've known for years, and I'm not texting their husband, who I consider a brother of mine, unless it has something to do with her that I don't want her to know right now. We're planning something or something like that. I don't ever want her to feel like I can just call him or text him whenever I want, and vice versa. I don't want it. What do you think about that?
I totally agree with that. Even with, like, say for instance, if I met the husband, I was friends with the husband first, I'll include the wife.
That's right. I need a male. I need to hear Michael got to say, because he's making a whole lot of faces over there. Y'all can't see him, but he is. But okay, Okay. And then staying on the Valentine's dating topic, what do you think about single people who want to be in a relationship or married, either a really serious relationship or married, getting like solid sound advice from someone who's single?
It depends on where they're coming from. You can always tell, even if you really listen to where they're coming from. Because, I mean, I know that there are single people that weren't always single.
Sure.
So they've got that experience.
Mm-hmm.
So it just depends on who the person is and where they're coming from. You can always tell if they're coming from a good heart or if they're just if they're being selfish, truthfully.
Okay. So tell me this. And this is always funny. I used to give back in the day. I used to have these little things that I would tell my friends on how to split away from someone when your heart is like totally with them, but you know they're not good for you. What's your strategy to break away from those kind of people when you're seeing someone, not necessarily like a boyfriend, girlfriend, but you're dating, and you really, really, really are connecting with this person, but you know they just ain't no good, or they're just not a bad person, but they're just not. You just know, if I go down this road, it ain't gonna be what I really want it to be. But they really got a hook on me. Do you know how to split them?
It's kind of like, it goes back to kind of what I was saying earlier. It'll be hard at first, but you always know when you've had enough and you gotta walk away from it. It may not be easy at first.
Right.
Now, when I'm dating someone, I see them, like I'm paying attention to those things.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like listening to the dramas they have in their life, and I ask, do you want to add that to your life? And I'm like, nope. Exit stage left.
Okay.
Right now.
Okay.
Stuff like that, yeah, I pay attention to, and I walk away from it instantly.
Okay.
And I do feel bad sometimes because sometimes they're good.
Do you catch it early?
Nowadays, yes.
I know.
I'm
When
paying
you
attention.
get older and wiser, you kind of been through experiences. You can kind of
Read them out.
I seen that before. You know, I was big on blocking people. Block. When I say block, when you call me, not the block send you to voicemail. Block and it give you that and you can't text. And then I would reroute your emails in case you get really tricky with it. I would reroute your emails to the trash.
Smart.
And let me tell you, it wouldn't be because I never let anyone get to a point where they just did me low down dirty. So this would be early on stuff where I see the red flags. You know how a lot of people like bypass the red flags? Mm-hmm. I would see the red flags and I would really be feeling it. But I knew that this is gonna be trouble. So I would literally, out the blue, like our last conversation might have been great, like I'll talk to you tomorrow kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And totally block. On social media, you can't Google me. You can't find me.
You can't Google me.
Damn.
You can't. No,
I've
listen.
been erased from the earth.
No, I mean Google, like you can Google somebody's Facebook will come up or something like that. Like I block everything until I feel like I'm strong enough to have it. Then all of a sudden you're unblocked. You're like, oh, her phone call went through. Happy Valentine's Day, y'all. We're going to be right back. The Unbroken Experience with Syndy B on Power 108.9.
Those wondering what we're listening to, we got
Don't forget to
Fiendin' by
when
Jodeci.
the music come on, tease the next segment and then go out. Okay.
I have the next one. We done go
Okay,
on.
it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah.
Here's a question from social media. What are some of the first date signs that it's a no-go? When you were just talking
Okay,
about
you
that.
asked me that.
Okay.
Okay.
Y'all go back and forth. How do you know? You ain't dated in forever.
I did date, and I dated like for real.
For real.
Tanya on Facebook. Oh shit.
What you do or not do. What you didn't do.
Nah, it's still playing on Facebook, and I missed it. Just do it for 30 seconds. They probably gonna mute that part.
Hey y'all.
Can I see your ID? I know it's a little bit too late for me to be
Okay.
asking.
You're a little late for that.
Okay, it was almost
Okay. But just so you know, my birthday is April 26th.
Nice.
Yes.
When
And I
you-
am turning 40.
Nice. Congrats.
The big
The
40.
big 40.
We
Nice.
gonna do something big, man.
How long y'all been knowing each
We're
other?
going to DR. I'm going to let you know the deets tomorrow.
Don't forget y'all mics are hot, so give out all the
Love
deets.
DR. No, but you need to talk to me. My aunt got a timeshare. I got a big like situation. A maid
Turn that
service,
off.
a maid service, and everything, and we paid $300 for the whole week.
Well, that's what I was going to pay. $299 to go to DR. But it's at a hotel.
No,
Which
we'll
is
have-
similar,
we'll have a
though.
full- We'll have a full resort.
They going
But I'll check.
feed us?
Yes,
Oh.
I'll check. You know,
Okay.
with the
Yes, so turning 40, man. See?
with
Maybe
the
not
short
now.
term.
How long y'all been knowing each other?
Okay, is it 3 years, 4 years?
I'm going to say 3 years.
It's definitely been 3 years because I met you shortly after we bought the house. But I don't think I knew you.
I was involved for 4 years and it's now 5.
Yeah.
So,
It's
You was
definitely been
involved?
yeah.
in a relationship.
Oh, in a relationship? I think
Yeah,
where did we meet? I know who, your ex?
Yeah.
Who's your ex?
We're alive right now. And I don't speak on him.
I know your ex for
For
real?
people who don't speak.
I know your ex for real? Huh?
I'm like,
You
Yeah, I
don't
don't
even want to
see
write
this.
it.
Because I don't speak of him.
Okay. Oh, I didn't know
Hold
I
on.
don't even like seeing that name.
that. No, I know. He's been on the show. He's been on the
I
show a couple
was
times.
too.
Oh, yeah. I remember.
That's
But
a
I
good-
think
that's a
I-
good topic. Yes, right. That's the business.
I think I'm trying to remember when we met.
We met. I think we met at an event.
Yeah, I'm
I
sure
feel
it
like it
was.
was an event, but I don't remember what event. And was Melinda there?
What
I
listeners?
think
sure.
Melinda was there.
She might have been.
We got some listeners.
No, it was probably with Brandon and Shamar. Might have been with them.
It's possible.
Okay. Anyway.
It could have been.
And I meant to tell Brandy when she was
Wait,
here.
did you erase the question she's supposed to ask?
Oh shit!
Oh, that was.
That I was
remember
so
it.
proud of
What are
Cody.
some of the signs that you watch?
Yeah, on the first
when you
date.
first date?
But I wanted to tell I was so proud of Cody.
Yeah.
AKA it's the Don baby. Yeah.
Yes, killing it.
Yeah, that's my
Yeah,
girl.
shout out to Cody Shane.
Remember she graduated high school.
If you don't know, Cody Shane is the new big hip hop artist. Okay.
Alright, your mics are back hot. Stop talking about people. Your mics are hot.
Shout out to Cody Shane.
Shout out to Cody Shane. Alright, speaking of, you ready? You ready?
You got the question.
Tanya.
Welcome back to the Unbroken Experience with Syndy B. This music and my co-host, Jahada. Manager Dark.
Segment.
I think this is a different kind of radio show.
You heard me?
Welcome back to the Unbroken
That's
Experience
Cody
with Syndy B. On Power 108.9. It's Valentine's Day. Can y'all see my flower that my husband made sure that I had for the show?
New love.
But to be honest with you, I'm not a huge Valentine's Day person. I actually, on the way out the door, on the way here, I was like, oh yeah, happy Valentine's Day.
Wow.
I done said happy Valentine's Day to all my friends.
That's a good topic. Romance. Is it dead or is it alive?
Oh, we gotta make it what it is.
That's a topic.
I'm gonna make sure we come back to that. But I think we had a question from one of our viewers.
We do. We have a question on Facebook from Tanya.
Hey, Tanya.
Hey, Tanya. Hey. And the question is, what are some of the signs you should look for on the first date?
First date, maybe not so much. If you see signs on the first date, they probably really right. But now I have had an experience. I've only had one experience where that first date, and it was only about 30 minutes, and I was like, he has, I don't know if he's depressed, angry, or what, but I got to go. But luckily it was just on my lunch break, and I dodged him ever since,
that was cool.
Ever since that. But that's why you got to pick where you do your first dates at, unless you really feel some chemistry and you really want to do a dinner thing. I loved meeting at a coffee shop or on my lunch when I was in corporate America years ago. But the first thing, you have to pay attention to your spidey senses. I call them spidey senses. And then hone into, okay, why did I feel that way? You got to analyze it. I think more of the red flags come later when you start involving emotions, because emotions bring out the character of that person and how they deal with stressful or intense or intimate situations. Like I said, you can have some red flags in the beginning, but on your first date, but not many. If you see a red flag on the first date, just run for the hills. But it's really, what you got? You got a story?
I got a couple of red flags for you.
On the first date?
Yes, ma'am. If they give you a call and say you got a rain check for automobile issues.
One more time. What was that one?
If you get a call and say we got a rain check due to automobile issues, that's
Why?
why? Get into it.
Okay.
You give them a second chance and you say, okay, let's link up. Then you meet up again. No, now you really meet up. And you take care of the bill.
Oh, yeah.
And all you ordered was a glass of wine.
Oh,
and an
hell
appetizer.
no. Oh, no. No to the Dutch. No to the Dutch.
First signs on first dates.
That did remind me when you said automobile issues. I remember doing just a quick, like, I don't really know this person like that. Meet me at the bar, and I remember he didn't order anything to drink. I did. He did pay for my drink, but I just ordered one drink. I didn't know him like that, And then most gentlemen, and he appeared, and he was, he had gentleman qualities, but he didn't walk me to my car. Or no, he didn't. Yeah, he walked me. I don't remember who. He didn't walk me to my car, or where he was closer, and he could have taken me to my car. I think that's what it was. Which a normal, regular.
You walked into his car.
He ain't want me to see the whip, which was not his whip, but it was still an old van. It was one of them kids' car vans, them old school.
My wife called those the kidnapping vans.
Exactly. So not only did he not, the whip wasn't, popping. It wasn't even his car. So I found out down the line, not far down the line, but that he didn't have a ride, he didn't have a house, anything like that. So that I remember thinking like, most guys would make sure that I got to my car or drive me to whatever the scenario was a long time ago. So I remember that. But speaking on Dutch, how do you feel about Dutch? Dating, going Dutch, like, you're from New York, that's what y'all do up there, right?
Wait, what's Dutch dating?
When you split it.
When you split the bill?
Mm-hmm.
When you split the bill, it depends. I think if you're going on your first date, though, like, I feel like, I don't know, I'm used to the man taking care of stuff.
Yes.
And it's nothing against them, but my dad,
thank you. Baby girl. Hey, Daddy, if you watch.
You're not allowed to speak shit on this thing.
Okay, you'll get that thing now. What you got to say?
So is it assumed? Is it assumed that if we go on the first date that the man always pays?
I assume if you take me out, and if you take me or ask me out, you should have gotten that vibe that I'm not a Dutch kind of girl. And I only go Dutch with my man. And it's not even Dutch. I'm taking us out on a date. It's my turn, kind of thing. I'm not. All my uncles, my daddy, all the men in my community, and really, since I've been here in Atlanta, I could literally walk out my house without my wallet, except for just have my ID, and not have to worry about if I have a male in my presence, I don't have to pay.
And it's not that it's not like we're taking advantage of a man or anything like that. It's just unfortunate. That's like men.
That's what I was gonna say. So you said, unfortunately, that's how we were brought up.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, that's how you were brought up. But
I just said unfortunately.
but you're holding. Yeah, no, I understand. Like I have a very good friend of mine, my wife's best friend. Like her dad is Superman. Like whoever she dates, if they not on the standards of what the dad said, excuse me, it's hard for another man. But I'm just saying, like, when men aren't raised that way, why are they held to a higher standard? You know what I'm saying? Like,
no.
Only if they want to deal with a higher standard type girl.
I'm saying it wrong. That's why I ain't even turn my mic on.
No, I don't think it's a higher standard. It's just you're coming into someone's world. You both are coming into someone's world that have different views on dating in terms of who pays what bill, and it could transition to other things as well. But so if I'm traditional or old school or whatever, and this one's more modern, or maybe the area that they come from, because I tell you, when I went to New York, everything was Dutch. I was like, I got to get out of here. Like, I don't even know nothing about that.
I don't know those New York names.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
But when you have been, I can't imagine someone coming into my life and saying, if you're gonna be with me, we split the bills. I just, it's not about this. It's not about that. It's about how I look at a man. I look at a man as to be able to provide that part, the security part, whether I make more or less or the same, and that's just what I was raised. I was raised that way. You too, right? Oh, I mean, hey, honey, bunny husband. Hey, mother-in-law, I love you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Yes.
Hey, Ryan. Hey, Julie.
Yes. We call this a support system. Mm-hmm. But no, you can now. I did date someone one time where the pockets weren't small, but they weren't like, order whatever you want, order the bottle and all that kind of stuff. And he ordered a meal, it might be a big meal. Like he might take us to a seafood restaurant and get the crab legs and this and the other and share it. And I thought that was still nice too. It wasn't like we sharing a small plate,
right?
Tacos or something like that. We're like
meal.
sharing a real meal, but we're not sharing two $50 meals and I'm taking a to-go box home. You know what I mean? Like, so we're, so I thought that was really sweet. So it doesn't have to be anything complicated, or where you feel like the guy is taking you out on a date to some fancy schmancy restaurant, and now his bill $250, and then he's looking at you to go Dutch. Well, you should have thought of that before. Yes, that big play, right? Is my brother-in-law watching? And my sister-in-law, hey, Dad. And my brother-in-law is, yes, Ray Buchanan. And my mother, his mama, and my husband's mama is watching. Now, appreciate the big play, right? The shout out. Hey, Charles West. Charles joining in.
Hold on. So now I'm mad. I wrote that because I'm a damn diehard Falcon fan, and you just left me out of the convo. Wow.
I thought you knew that. I thought you knew that already. Yes.
Hey, look, I got the black and red on. So I'm repping.
But I think before we left, or maybe in all of this conversation, we're talking about is romance dead. Okay. You feel like you had, I'm gonna let you
I
go.
was just gonna say that's like another date. I was
Yeah.
thinking
It could
we
be,
can really go
but it
into
is Valentine's Day. What do you think? Just to give me a little overview. Like, how did you feel like romance is dead?
since I'm in the dating game. Let's see. I have not received any flowers. I have not received.
You did get a lot of
I have
Netflix
received
chill.
bottles. I have received bottles.
Okay. Well,
But they're
some
not the setup bottles.
Oh.
Those are not that kind. No.
What about, do you get some Netflix and chill come over? Is that a lot? I haven't been in the dating game in a while. And really the way that the generation is going, is I probably wouldn't know what to do. I'm probably like, what's that? I
Well,
don't know.
no, I take that back. I did get one Netflix and chill.
Okay,
I
was it,
did get one.
how many dates have you been with before then?
Maybe two.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've been out to eat like twice.
Oh, no.
Nobody takes me to eat. Nobody cares.
Netflix and chill on the second and
Listen, so hold up, rewind.
Okay.
I take myself on dates.
Okay, but
And
we ain't
I
talking about that as
love on me.
independent woman.
I
Oh,
buy my own flowers.
okay. Let me write that.
Me.
Independent woman. We're gonna talk about that on another day. Oh,
I love me some job.
all right. So listen, we're gonna be right back. You are tuning into the Unbroken Experience with Syndy B on Power 108.9, and we'll be right.
She's so extra. She all extra. Yeah.
Okay, you got me in the mood and stuff.
Don't forget. 30 seconds.
So
Oh yeah, thank you.
How many minutes before?
3 minutes. Yeah, it's just a wrap. And I'm not gonna lie, TJ has never walked down this far to say what's up.
Oh, shit.
Never. He must have smelled.
Smell.
He must have smelled the women in here.
CJ.
TJ, the guy was just came down. We were talking. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he came. He walked past. Never
That's
been
not
down
good. I'm
this far.
supposed to be aware of
Oh,
myself.
okay.
Oh yeah, you
What's
would have got
happening
got.
here?
Yeah, you would have got got.
Where'd he go? All right. How you want to close out? How we closing out? Let me think. Closing out, love is nice.
One of the things you can do is set up next week, like one of the topics that y'all just talked about,
Independent woman.
independent women, romance. Is romance dead? They say R&B is dead. Is romance dead? We'll talk about that
2
next week.
minutes left.
Yeah, you
Less
good.
than that.
Yeah, you good.
Those minutes, we're ending the show.
Wow, that was so fast. Hey, babe.
Y'all can watch
You ready?
next Thursday. We'll be back every single Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time.
And this song is Khalid location, like the new form of dating. Like just send me your location. You can kind of play with that.
Okay.
You ready? You good?
Welcome back to the Unbroken Experience with Syndy B on Power 108.9 with my co-host Shahada Arias.
You know I'm into this song, girl. You know. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. Hey.
This is a nice cut.
Nice
If you
cut.
listen to it.
Nice cut.
He said, "Send me your location." That just goes off with it's the millennials. I tell you, it's the millennials. Send me your location. No, call me. No,
I know. Ask me for my
Oh,
Ask
you can't
me.
send me your location, texting me and stuff while I'm driving. No texting and driving. You don't even care. Okay. But so it's Valentine's Day. I hope that you all who are tuned in, did y'all do something? I hope you did something. I personally, I'm just gonna go home and finish off my wine.
I'm gonna open my bottle of wine. Send my location.
I didn't know who you send your location to, because I gotta look this person in the eye. I gotta
To
check
me,
them
myself, and I.
out. We're gonna work on that too.
Wow.
We are gonna work on that. So listen, We are going to be here every Thursday at 7 o'clock p.m. Tune in, follow at the Unbroken Experience, and all the links are there. Just one link and tell you where to go on Facebook and wherever you got to stream. The Unbroken Experience with Syndy B on Power 8.9. A mission designed to strengthen the foundation of relationships so they can remain unbroken with my co-host, Jakarta Alias. Oh, girl. Oh, girl.
I can't see you.
And
We see.
And we do. We'll see you next week. We love y'all. Cheers.
Hasta luego.
Hasta luego.
Happy Valentine's Day.
She ain't got no more.
Ain't got nothing. Wow.
I finish. That's how I do it.
Oh, the mine was refilled.
Oh,
Good job,
you
y'all.
got a refill. I ain't getting no refill.
It's all
I thought you
dry
had a
over there.
refill.
That's like, she done got a
I
refill.
thought you had a refill.
No,
You can fill her cup like 4 times.
she ain't feel mine. I feel like
Well,
a stepchild.
when I filled mine, you